Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
We're last seen somewhere. If you've watched our last two videos, you know that we're currently exploring Northern Ireland.
Yeah, and today we're on the Maritime Mile, aren't we?
Yeah.
And it's a relatively new area in Belfast, and it celebrates Belfast's rich history in the shipbuilding industry, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we're going to have a stroll and explore and see what we can see.
Yeah, because it's looking really nice, isn't it?
Yeah. So now we're at the Titanic Belfast.
It's a really iconic building along the Maritime Mile. It's a beautiful building,
It is,
isn't
it
it?
really stands out, yeah.
It hosts an interactive museum where you can get sort of an experience of what it was like to be on the Titanic back in the day.
Yeah, I think it's over 6 floors and there's sort of 9 interactive galleries, so it's really good.
It costs £20 to get in for adults. You get a cheaper ticket if you go in as a family, but it is incredibly popular, isn't
Very
it?
popular tourist attraction.
Yeah, we couldn't get in today because it was too busy. It was fully booked.
Yeah.
The film though, that is, isn't it?
Made famous by the film, yeah.
really made it famous.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say about the film is there was definitely enough room on that door for 2 people.
So our next stop on the Maritime Trail is the Belfast Boys.
Yeah, they're 3 old boys, aren't they, that they took out of the sea, and each one's colours represents a different thing, which we didn't know, did we? It's got the tells you how it
it's
does at the front.
colour-coded, isn't it?
Yeah, because the red and white one in the middle is dock, isn't it?
There's junction.
Oh, is it? See, I'm really good at learning, aren't I?
The black one's for starboard, which is right, and the red one's for port, which is left, I think.
Yeah, I think she's right as well, because I can remember reading that. So if we get on a boat, you're sailing it, all right?
But yeah, they're 80 years old and they've got new ones, haven't they? So they pull them out of the water and they sort of painted them up. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you learn today? Don't get on a boat with me.
So as you know, we're walking around the Maritime Mile, but also there's another trail called the Glass of Thrones Trail.
Yeah, it's like a trail within a trail, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's stained glass windows from the show The Game of Thrones.
Yeah, each one depicts a different season.
Different scene, yeah. And I think there's 6 altogether, but I think there's 3 around sort of where we are now. So we found our first one.
Yeah, this is Hodor holding the door on this one. So yeah, it's a lovely bit of stained glass too, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, really
So
pretty.
hopefully we can find a couple more on this trail, because I
Yeah.
think there's 3 on this one, isn't there?
I think it's 3 altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah. So smells to look out for.
Yeah.
So our next stop on the Maritime Mile is the SS Nomadic, and it's a former tender of the White Star Line, and it was launched in 1911.
It was used to carry passengers from the Titanic on another ship, wasn't it?
Passengers and mail from RMS Titanic and RMS Olympic.
It's hard to believe it's the last White Star boat in existence. A big company like that.
Yeah, it
That's
is,
gone,
yeah.
that's all that remains.
But they've sort of restored it to a former glory now, and you can get on and walk around and have a look at it, so quite interesting.
I think you can get on it if you buy tickets for the Titanic Museum.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's part of the exhibit for that as well.
Oh, very good. So we're now walking along the Titanic and Olympic slipways.
This is actually where they built the Titanic and launched it here, isn't it?
Over 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's massive, it's absolutely huge.
But they've got a memorial garden here for the victims of the Titanic. And I think they sort of light up the boat shapes at night, so you can sort of go and reflect here, which is quite nice.
I didn't know that, that's cool.
Yeah. So we found our second piece of stained glass. And as you can see, Matthew's now sat on his own iron throne. So So we're now at the Great Light, and it's a former lighthouse optic.
It's absolutely massive, isn't it?
It's massive, yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge.
Really big.
Because you said it's the biggest optics ever made, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it dates back to 1887, so it's pretty old.
It is old, yeah. It's so big, when they had to remove it from the lighthouse that it was on, they had to remove it by helicopter and lift it away.
And it served 2 different lighthouses, didn't it?
Yeah, apparently. So we found our third Game of Thrones stained glass.
And this one's by HMS Caroline.
Yeah, it depicts the Lannister family in this one, and it's even got Tyrion killing his dad on the toilet, so I think that's a bit strange. But it's nice glass again,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
really pretty. It's
Beautiful.
Some stained glass.
All 3 of them have been magnificent, really,
Yeah,
haven't
they have, yeah. We've come now to HMS Caroline, and we're not sure if this is on our Maritime.
No, we're not, are we? No.
Because it wasn't on our list, but it is on the maps. But we thought we'd come anyway because it's pretty cool.
And I was just reading now the history of it, and apparently it's one of only 3 surviving ships from World War I. And it also took part in the biggest ever sea battle there's ever been.
Yeah. And it was decommissioned in 2011, which is quite late, really, isn't it?
I couldn't believe it when you told me that, Dorinda.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. When she said it was 2011, I can't believe that ship that old was still in the Navy that long.
But there's a museum now, and it has been since 2016. So you can go on and have a look if you want.
Yeah, like we said, we're not sure if it's part of the trail or not, are we?
No.
So we're at another iconic building on the Maritime Mart, and it's Hickson's Point. I think it's my favourite so far because it's a pub.
But it is a themed pub. It's themed to the 1900s, and all the decor inside is sort of 1900s, and they're playing Irish music. So it's really cool.
It is really cool. I like it inside.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And it is actually on the trail, so we haven't just stopped to have a pint.
No, we're not skiving it off. It's really reasonably priced as well. We bought 2 pints, and it was only £10. I think that's very fair considering it's right in the heart of the
Right in
Maritime
the tourist
Mart.
bit, yeah. But we're going to have this, and then we're going to carry on with the trail. So.
Yeah.
So we are now at the Titanic Hotel.
It's another iconic building on the mile. It's the building they actually designed the Titanic in. They've converted it into a hotel, haven't they?
Yeah, it's a hotel, yeah.
Yeah, you can actually stay in there, and it's right next to the fantastic Titanic building.
Yeah.
It really is. It's brilliant, isn't it? So we found number 4 in the Game of Thrones stained glass trail, and this one depicts Daenerys Targaryen's story. And it's another lovely bit of stained glass. I think they're brilliant, don't you?
They're really lovely, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Beautiful.
fantastic.
So the next stop on our Maritime Mart is Lagan Weir.
We hope we're saying that right and not offending anybody.
But it spans Lagan River, and it's a modern built footpath and cycleway.
Yeah, they built it, didn't they? Because it drains out at night. It's a tidal weir, and it used to leave a horrific smell, didn't it?
Yeah, so they did that to stop that.
But it lights up at night, doesn't it? It's supposed to look beautiful.
Yeah, we've not seen it ourselves, but it's meant to look nice at night, so
Yeah.
So we've actually found number 5 of our Game of Thrones stained glass panels, which
we
is
have.
really surprising because we're not even looking for them really.
No, not really. And this one depicts the Red Priestess, and she's killing all the kings. And there's even Joffrey choking to death on the bottom of it. They are fantastic bits of work, aren't they?
Yeah, I know we keep saying how beautiful they are, but they really are. They're so intricate. There must have been so much work that went into them. They're absolutely stunning.
They've been an absolute joy to stumble across while we've been
Yeah,
walking
it's
around,
really
I've got to be
nice.
honest.
So we are now at the Summit of Knowledge, or it's also known as Big Fish.
Yeah, I can see why, because it's a giant fish.
Yeah, it's basically a really big blue fish, but it's covered in loads of ceramic tiles, and on each of the tiles it depicts a different scene from the city's history.
There's also a legend that goes with the fish, that if you kiss it, you get all its wisdom. But I don't think I'll be kissing it today.
We really enjoyed doing the Maritime Mile Walk, and we hope you enjoy watching it as much as we enjoyed doing it.
I did really enjoy it. I thought it was a fantastic new tourist attraction here in Belfast. I thought it was excellent.
And it sort of made you walk around and see the stuff in the area a bit more, so it was quite a clever way of doing it, really.
Yeah, I thought so. We don't know if we saw all of it, do we?
No, so we think we missed some, but we kind of ran out of time because we've got to go home tomorrow, so we've got to go back to the hotel and pack now. So it's our last day.
Yeah, it's our last day today. We're last seen somewhere. The last place you saw us is Belfast, but we're not going home yet.
No, so watch our next video to find out where we'll be next.